for our station. If we mention them, we have to put $1 in each time, and then we can spend that money later on.
And what would that money be spent on?
Something glorious.
Taylor Swift concert tickets.
Perfect. I don't think we'll make that much money. Quick look outside. Foggy conditions for many of our areas. Let me get you ready for your Friday and your weekend in my first alert weather forecast coming up.
Plus, authorities have charged the man they believe to be responsible for a fatal shooting in Benton City that killed one person and left 5 more injured. And we're hearing from Representative Dan Newhouse on a controversial plan to reintroduce grizzly bears in the Cascades. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Well, good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. We are 20 seconds away from 6 o'clock a.m. on your Friday. That means the weekend is here. When people say the weekend, I think of Friday.
You welcome people to the weekend on Friday mornings,
yes.
But some people still have work to go to on
well,
those
Fridays.
Fridays.
But it's still the weekend.
And the end of the week.
It's the end of the week, and you got to work most likely to 5 o'clock or so. But anyways, the weekend is here, and it's kind of the start of a lot of days off. So think of it if you have a normal schedule, not like us, but you have 6 days off for the next 9 days. That sounds pretty darn good.
That does sound pretty good.
Yes, so let's get you set for your Friday. Let's take a look outside. We are unbelievably a week away from Black Friday. All right, fog in the distance, and we do have a freezing fog alert for the Mid-Columbia, and we have a dense fog advisory, now including Walla Walla. That is good until 10 a.m., so that just happened. So we have 40% visibility in Walla Walla, 0% in Pendleton, 10% visibility, Tri-Cities, and Hermiston. Also, most likely, frost on your car in those areas, so give yourself a little extra time. So for our highs today, we are mostly in the lower 40s. It is going to be another chilly day. We will see some sunshine, maybe a bit of building clouds as the day goes on. We do expect to see shower activity to break things up as we look at a warmer Sunday ahead, but tomorrow morning expect more fog throughout our area. So freezing and dense fog this morning, staying cold, light winds. I'll get you updated on all of that, including that warm up coming Sunday in my first alert weather forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.
The Benton County Sheriff announced that a 20-year-old man is charged with killing Jesus Chacon Contreras. Investigators say a known gang associate shot into a graduation party on North Willard Avenue in Benton City early on June 10th.
It was a very complex crime scene. We had the garage that had been shot up, all of the different victims and vehicles involved. As you can imagine, a shooting of this magnitude and people fleeing everywhere, it was chaos for a while.
Investigators say after someone fired into the party, injuring 5 people, 20-year-old Elijah Cruz, also a known gang associate, fired at the alleged getaway car, killing 1 person.
As the vehicle fled the scene, Cruz, an individual already known to Marin and Contreras Chacon, shot at Martinez's vehicle multiple times using a different firearm, ultimately striking it several times. Evidence showed that the shooting from Cruz was the direct result of Contreras Chacon's death, who was riding in the rear seat of the car.
Cruz was already being held in the Benton County Jail on different charges. Now he's charged with first-degree murder, due back in court at the end of November. A former Yakima County deputy prosecutor charged with sexually assaulting a former intimate partner several times back in 2021 was handling sexual assault cases in Yakima County Superior Court at the same time he himself was accused of sexual assault. Alvin Guzman was first charged back in 2022. His case is currently being handled in Kittitas County Superior Court, and they've set a trial date for November 27th. A Kennewick man has been charged in a hit-and-run crash involving a Pasco bicyclist last month. Victoriano Aguilar Lirios has pleaded not guilty to charges of vehicular assault and failing to stop at the scene of an injury accident. Authorities say Aguilar Lirios was behind the wheel of his Dodge Dakota truck when he hit a cyclist outside of the Albertsons grocery store in Pasco on October 27th. Investigators say they used surveillance video from the Albertsons and from the street to track down the truck. Aguilar Larios is currently out of jail on $15,000 bond. The debate over bringing grizzly bears back to the North Cascades continues to heat up. Earlier this week, we heard from supporters of the plan, and they don't believe Congressman Dan Newhouse is listening to both sides of the issue. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell sat down with Congressman Newhouse, who insists he's hearing people loud and clear.
They also told me they took issues with some of the statements made by Representative Dan Newhouse, saying they were misleading. So I asked Newhouse to respond to some of their concerns. Newhouse has said the fact that 50 people spoke against the plan at a meeting in Okanagan County and only a half dozen spoke for it says it all. But supporters told me they didn't speak up at the meeting because they saw the other speakers treated poorly by the crowd.
Well, there were several people that got up and spoke in favor of the proposal, and while people showed their reactions, you could tell were not supportive.
But he says there were also other opportunities for them to speak up.
If people were uncomfortable of speaking in front of a crowd, they could go into a room separately with a stenographer and provide their comments as well.
Newhouse has called the plan illegal, but supporters say that's not true because the law he's referencing only applies to state agencies.
Well, that's always the federal government's position that state laws, they are not held by state laws.
Newhouse has also said grizzly bears could end up anywhere across the state. Supporters say if that does happen, they can relocate them under the bear management plan. But Newhouse says that's a problem.
It doesn't really prevent interaction. It more is a response to if there is an interaction. And so, to me, that isn't the proactive kind of management that the people would expect to be comfortable having these bears in their midst.
Newhouse has made statements about grizzly bears being 20 times more dangerous than black bears. But supporters pointed out that the statement comes from a website promoting black bears in Minnesota and doesn't cite any scientific study. So I asked Newhouse if he had any other sources for that statistic.
Certainly, Emily, we're happy to get you any further documentation. I don't have it right in front of me, but be able to confirm some of those sources for you.
But overall, supporters told me they feel like Newhouse isn't really listening to them.
Have you spent a lot of time at all talking with any of the people in your district who are, big supporters of the grizzly bear plan?
A little, yeah. We've talked to people on both sides.
But supporters say it feels like Newhouse has already made up his mind. His response?
I'm trying not to insert my personal preference because, frankly, I'm probably not going to have to worry about it as much at my house as those folks up there will. So if I've talked to more of those that do not support the idea, that's just because there are more of those people there.
The Upper Skagit Indian Tribe has published a letter supporting the plan to bring grizzlies back to the North Cascades. So I asked Newhouse about it.
So the only tribe that I interact with is the Colvilles, and they've not expressed to me one way or the other their feelings on bringing bears in.
I've reached out to tribal representatives who say they'll get back to me about the issue early next week. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Foggy conditions for many of our areas. We also have some shower activity to talk about that's looming tomorrow night. I'll get you ready for all of that. My first alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, people are using AI to create virtual personalities of deceased loved ones to preserve their memories and enable conversations with future generations. We'll take a look at the technology and how it can affect grieving families next.
Need to satisfy your craving for cheesy, smoky, gooey grill perfection? Oh yeah! Taco Time's cheesy Chipotle chicken quesadilla. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Need to satisfy your craving for cheesy, smoky, gooey grill perfection? Oh yeah! Taco Time's cheesy Chipotle chicken quesadilla. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Now to virtual immortality through AI. People are using artificial intelligence to memorialize their loved ones. ABC's Melissa Adon takes a look at how this technology is creating conversations across generations and the concerns that come with it.
Hello, Dad.
Stephanie Lucas O'Neill is talking to her dad, William Lucas. The thing is, he is no longer with us. William passed away last year.
One of the earliest memories that I have is arriving on a boat.
Stephanie is using Hereafter AI to honor her dad's legacy. The co-founder of Hereafter AI, James Vlahos, got the idea for the service when his own father was diagnosed with terminal cancer.
I realized there might be a different and more interactive way to share his story, and that gave me the idea to create what I called the Dad Bot, which is an interactive voice and text chatbot that shares his stories and his personality for the family for generations to come.
This led to the more advanced version, Hereafter AI.
The voice that you hear is the actual recorded voice of the person who created the life story avatar.
A virtual biographer interviews the person about their life, recording the responses to create an avatar that loved ones down the road can access and talk to.
Would you like to hear more about this part of my life?
The thing about this is somehow you kind of say to yourself, I'm not worthy. You know, like, who wants to hear this from me? But I think it's important that people know history from the people who lived the history. And especially for Black Americans, we have so much of our history was just erased.
Though using this kind of technology doesn't come without concerns.
In my dad's case, he died before the whole process was complete. So they had to use voice synthesizers to bridge what he said. And it sounded just like my father. They could have made my father say anything.
Making sure the avatar is an accurate portrayal of the person is a priority for Vlahos. And at Hereafter AI, they never sell your data. Only the person and those they authorize can access their memories.
It does change how we grieve, but more importantly, it changes how we remember. I think some people fear that maybe this relates to not letting go of someone you loved or not leaving the grieving process. And the way I see it is like, well, yeah, I don't want to grieve forever, but I also don't want to forget.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
There are a few companies using technologies like this one. Costs of creating an AI life story avatar range anywhere from free to $500, depending on the service and package. Access to the recordings is free as long as you are an authorized user. Coming up, getting a lower price on an electric vehicle is about to get easier, as a new proposal could mean for a bigger credit when it comes to filing your taxes. And Jason Valentine will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
Holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups or get $5,250 total value on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
The winter of 2019, Mid-Columbia record for most snowfall in a single month. 2004, temperatures reached a low of -18 degrees. And 1996, one of the coldest winters in our history. At McCurley, we remember because we were here. Our expert technicians make sure you'll remember this winter for the people you spent it with, not the cold.
Get financing as low as 0.9% on the new Mazda CX-90 during Season of Inspiration.
The updated COVID vaccine is available now and at no cost for most people 6 months and older. If it's been more than 2 months since your last COVID vaccine or infection, it's time to maximize your protection against the latest variants. The updated vaccine reduces your risk of serious illness or developing long COVID symptoms, even if you've already been vaccinated or infected. So schedule your appointment today. To learn more about the vaccine, where to get it, and how to stay safe and healthy, visit takecarewa.org.
Black Friday mattress discounts are on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores.
Save up to $900 on Serta iComfort and Beautyrest Black Hybrid sets. Plus, save up to $300 on Purple mattresses. And take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest for 5 years.
Plus, receive up to $300 of free furniture, making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less. During the Black Friday sale at Walker's.
Saturday on Apple Valley News Now, a primetime showdown as the Washington Huskies take on Oregon State live from Corvallis. The Huskies, the Beavers. Saturday Night Football starts at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Breaking news, our new holiday cup is out.
These are made in Art Moore's kitchen.
Next live, Coleman Domingo and Mikey Day.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Hey, we've made it to the weekend. Quite a lot of fog out there, and the fog is going to continue for at least the next few hours. Could even stick around a little longer for Walla Walla, just like yesterday. So we kind of have dueling advisories. We have the turquoise is a freezing fog advisory, and that is for the Mid-Columbia, including the Tri-Cities, Connell. We also have a dense fog advisory for Hermiston, the Blue Mountain region, and north of Connell. Both end at 10 a.m. So let's get to the visibility numbers. 40% visibility right now in Walla Walla, 0% visibility in Pendleton, and 1 mile or 10% of visibility in Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Give yourself some extra time. Fog will return tomorrow. Also, air quality for most of our cities back to the moderate zone due to light winds and kind of air stagnation. But we do expect to see relief on the way by Sunday with heavy winds coming through our areas. Wind speeds, though, right now, as you would expect, nominal to very, very light. And we're going to see those light winds continue into Saturday, but then heavy winds, 15 to 25 to even 30 mile per hour winds possible on your Sunday. And then those winds will peter out as we get to Monday and the rest of our Thanksgiving week, a week away from Black Friday today. So our temperatures right now, we're a little above or a little below our freezing mark, 31 for the Tri-Cities and 26 for Ellensburg. So chilly conditions continue this morning, and our highs today, we're going to be 5 to 10 degrees off of our average today, tomorrow. Then we'll have that spike with those winds on Sunday, and then the cooler temperatures come back again around 5 or so degrees below our average into Thanksgiving Thursday. So our radar, we are pretty much free and clear above us. Besides that fog, if it wasn't for the fog in some areas, we'd be seeing quite a bit of stars. As we move along into our day today, we'll see some sunshine. As we get to tomorrow, though, we're going to see a pretty thick, so a pretty heavy rain coming pretty late though, and then it's going to move very swiftly through our areas, bringing snow into the mountains and heavy at times showers. We could see it persist for the Blue Mountain region tomorrow into the morning hours, but besides that, Sunday should be looking much drier but also windier. So our highs today, lower 40s for most of our cities. We even have upper 30s for Moses Lake. So chilly if you're traveling throughout the Northwest, chilly conditions throughout. And Sunday, again, warmer throughout the Northwest. So besides Sunday, we're in those mid-40s for the week ahead, including Turkey Day, Thursday. Overnight lows at or below the freezing mark. In the Tri-Cities area, mid to lower 40s for the week ahead, save for Sunday. And overnight lows mostly right around the freezing mark. And in Walla Walla, expect that fog to return tomorrow morning. And then highs a little warmer for your Monday, 48, and then mid to lower 40s into our next work week. Overnight lows mostly below the freezing mark. So today, and specifically this morning, we have heavy fog, even freezing fog for the mid-Columbia through at least 10 o'clock this morning. It's going to be nice after the fog lifts, going to see some sunshine, but also chilly highs today. All our highs are in the lower 40s.
Each year, our cars and trucks emit an estimated 1.5 billion tons of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, according to the U.S. Department of Energy. But the EPA says switching to electric vehicles can lower that carbon footprint, and now going green and keeping green in your pockets could soon get easier for car buyers. ABC's chief climate correspondent, Ginger Zee, explains how the federal government is proposing new guidelines for getting tax credits for electric vehicles.
Tax credits have been a major incentive for people to buy electric vehicles. And since the Inflation Reduction Act, the credit can mean up to $7,500 off the cost of a new EV and $4,000 off a used one. But in the current setup, you gotta wait until tax time to get that money back. But get this, thanks to new guidelines from the Treasury Department, you might start to see that credit up front at the dealership, all starting January 1st.
Before, you used to have to buy the car, paying the upfront price, and then later, months in the future, when you file your taxes, you would get a tax credit back. So now when you go to the dealer, you'll be able to take that tax credit right off the purchase price of the car.
The change would make the upfront cost of an EV more affordable and knock down those initial monthly payments. The new rule also helps tax liability.
So before, if you didn't owe enough in taxes, you may not get that entire tax credit back when you filed your credits. But now you get the whole thing back regardless of your own household income.
Dealerships need to be registered with the IRS for you to get the tax credit. So Halveston says you should call the dealer before going to buy and make sure that they can accept the credit and that you're looking at an eligible EV. I'm Ginger Zee.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, our exclusive interview with Golden Bachelor contestant Faith Martin, we talk about her experiences on the show next.
It's Mattress Depot USA's November sales event.
Meaning no money down and no interest for up to 3 years on our best-selling mattresses.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with the lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Whether you celebrate mistletoe magic in a Cadillac XT5, festive gatherings in a Cadillac XT4, or reinventing traditions in a Cadillac XT6, this holiday season, Cadillac is celebrating you.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $2,000 purchase allowance on a 2024 XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get literally any Samsung Galaxy for free.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
And it's just in time for gift giving season too.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
I'm gifting mine to my son.
Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
New and current customers can get any Samsung Galaxy free. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
Hi, I'm Gino at Italstone.
Hi, I'm Andrew at Italstone. Excited to join my father's business, a true family business.
And we got great news for you. We just got a fantastic deal on quartz and granite slabs that we want to pass on to you. You will be shocked at the savings. Come and see us for a free estimate. You'll be glad you did. We are with you every step of the way.
Don't wait. Mattress Depot USA has Black Friday promotions all month long. Buy a queen memory foam mattress starting at just $6.99 and get an adjustable base absolutely free.
Mattress Depot USA.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
After interviewing ABC's first ever Golden Bachelor, Gary Turner, on Monday, our Stacey Lee also got the chance to sit down with Benton City's Faith Martin. We hear all about the drama from the season, what's changed since, and if she may be the first ever Golden Bachelorette.
Hi, friend.
Hello, Faith. How are you?
Good. Boy, I sure could have used you and all your beauty tips and help over the last, I don't know, however many months. My goodness, Stace.
It's been top secret. I bet it's been a whirlwind.
It has definitely been a whirlwind, yeah.
So tell me, how has this impacted your life presently?
It's impacted my life in a really good way, in the sense that given that whole month that I was there filming a show, I was forced to slow down. I was, kind of forced to, we don't have any electronics or anything. We're really focused on what we're doing and the connections that we're making. And of course, really dating with intention. And so, down come the walls. You realize you have a shortened amount of time to really see if you can make this work. And if this person is somebody that you're truly interested in. And he was. So, even though it didn't work out in the long run, it made me come back. I quit my school teaching job because I felt like my life was just way too busy. And I wanted to make room in my life for love, if it happens. So I had quit the band prior to going on the show, so that could free up some weekends. I quit my school teaching job because as much as I love teaching, it is all consuming. You just can't do anything else. So I still play a little music and that kind of thing, but it's impacted me in a really positive way about just staying in the present, really making sure that every connection that I make is meaningful, and trying to just do a little less of the distractive stuff that happens in life so that I can be more present and hopefully meet that guy that will want to partner up with me someday.
I'm so glad to hear that. So I have to ask you, from the very beginning, you got the very first rose, the inspiration rose, when you show up, and I polled a bunch of our viewers that were watching at a local establishment here in town. I said, will she come up on a horse, a motorcycle, or in the limo? And they were divided. A lot of people said horse, because we know you love horses. But when you pulled up on the motorcycle and did the hair flip, which is now a GIF.
A GIF, yeah.
How is that to become a GIF?
Oh my gosh. I said when I got done and I got home and everything, I was like, that's one of the best parts of the show. Check that out. Look at that. That was so fun. Yeah. And the motorcycle thing, it's hard to know what to do. I didn't know what anybody else was going to do. I'd never seen the show, so I didn't know the kind of cutesy stuff people did. So I was really at a loss. And I had brought my guitar just because I could never survive a month without having a guitar if I got to stay that long. So when those things came up, it's like, well, what kind of encapsulates who you are? Well, me and music. I don't ride motorcycles all that much anymore, but I still love them and hold my endorsement. So they're like, hey, do you want to ride in and then sing to Gary with your guitar? And I'm like, okay. I mean, you guys know better than I do. I have no idea, So yeah, it just kind of worked out. And I was glad that I did it, but I did burn my leg on the motorcycle pipe, having on the exhaust. So yeah.
Would you be a Golden Bachelorette if that were a thing?
Like I said, I don't know how they do that. I would think that they've probably already talked to whoever it is, and it ain't me. So, I would say yes to something like that because it was such an amazing experience. But I also think they might go for the flashier women, for that kind of a thing. But I don't take it from me because I know nothing about any of that stuff. So, but yeah, I would have had to have said yes because, hey, 25 men or so, and they vet them really well. It's probably a good idea to do that.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for the interview, Faith. Great talking to you. I'll see you soon around town.
Okay.
And you can catch the entire interview on our YouTube channel and AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Coming up, today is the final day of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in San Francisco. We'll take a look at how this could affect you. Coming up next.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things Christmas. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue, or get a low $399 per month lease on Frontier. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One Stream. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi, and this Xumo Streambox free with Spectrum TV. It makes searching for shows and movies across live TV and streaming apps easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Xumo Streambox for 12 months. Call 833-788-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
The Walker's Furniture Black Friday sale is on now. Get big discounts starting this week, and all stores will be open extended hours with big Black Friday discounts. Or get no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest financing for up to 5 years.
It's the perfect time to upgrade your living room or get that new dining room or bedroom furniture just in time for those holiday gatherings. Plus, choose from a large selection of top name brand mattress sets.
Furnish your life for less during the Black Friday sale at Walker's.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the difference you can make around you. With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, set your own deadlines and access coursework anytime. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
Well, some of the world's leaders are wrapping up the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in San Francisco. Their agreements and deals can affect us right here at home. And the House Ethics Committee has released their report investigating embattled Congressman George Santos.
And a chilly and possibly foggy start to your Friday. I'll get you prepared for your weekend in my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to the weekend. We're a week from Black Friday. Did you ever stay late or early for? Oh, you never did?
No, I'd kind of saunter in after everything's been picked through.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I think that isn't the times mostly over with the overnight stays to bust in?
I think so.
Okay. I'm glad.
I'm glad too.
That was crazy. But an ex of mine, her and her family went and got me a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from Target that I still have. That was a giveaway. So, hey, I've benefited and never had to get up early. Let's take a quick look outside. If you're up early this morning, look at that fog. And we have more fog on the way for many of our cities. But Yakima, Ellensburg, you're being left out of the fog fun. We do have freezing fog advisory for the Mid-Columbia, including the Tri-Cities. And then we have a dense fog advisory for Walla Walla, Pendleton, Hermiston, and north of Connell, also to 10 a.m. So let's take a look at the visibility. 40% visibility in Walla Walla. About half to a quarter of a mile visibility for Pendleton, Hermiston, a mile of visibility for the Tri-Cities. So my goodness, we have some treacherous roads out there. Also quite a bit of frost. So just be prepared to have a little extra time this morning. Go slow and give yourself some time to get the frost off your car. So we are looking at lower 40s for most of our cities today. We should see some sunshine once the fog lifts in Yakima, Ellensburg. You should be seeing some sunshine in the next hour or so. Fog could hold on again for Walla Walla. More fog expected Saturday, but relief coming on Sunday with plenty of wind on the way. I'll have that and a look at your entire weekend. Also, a sneak peek at your Thanksgiving week for all those travel plans. That's coming up in about 10 minutes.
Presidents and prime ministers are in San Francisco today as they wrap up the APEC summit. Amy Kiley reports on the highlights of that gathering and how they might affect you.
Together, we're going to be forging a better future.
It's the last day of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in San Francisco. The gathering of world leaders might seem lofty, but it impacts average Americans. Today, President Joe Biden is set to discuss migration with the president of Mexico. That subject is a bipartisan priority.
We need a plan to do what we need to do to secure the southern border.
APEC's main focus is economics, and that affects American wallets.
I have partnered with the private sector and philanthropies to economically empower women around the world.
Biden's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping Wednesday highlights the country's economic ties. It also might help get pandas back in U.S. zoos.
We are ready to continue our cooperation with the United States on panda conservation.
Other news out of APEC involves everyone on Earth.
We've concluded an agreement to accelerate the clean energy transition in the Indo-Pacific region.
APEC also makes it harder for world leaders to tune out the voices of the American people. I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Island Congressman George Santos says he will not be seeking re-election. That decision comes in the wake of a report from the House Ethics Committee released Thursday. The 137-page report details a long list of biographical lies Santos has told throughout his life, including fabrications about his education, marriage, and civil judgments for which he owed thousands of dollars to creditors. It also details multiple eviction notices and a suspended driver's license. Topping the list of untruths from the New York congressman, that he graduated with an MBA from NYU and a bachelor's degree from Baruch College. The report found no record of Santos earning a degree from either school. The Ethics Committee has concluded that Santos knowingly filed misleading campaign finance reports and incomplete financial disclosures with the House, and that he used campaign funds for personal purposes.
He lied to everybody.
We deserve better.
And we definitely need some fresh blood. Somebody who's going to be ethical.
It's wrong. You know, I mean, we need honesty. George Santos?
The report, which included more than 170,000 pages of documents and testimony, is now being forwarded to the Justice Department. Federal prosecutors have already charged Santos with 23 alleged crimes, including wire fraud, money laundering, and stealing public funds. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Well, we have first light, if you can call it that, with the fog we have in most of our cities. Looking much nicer in Yakima and Ellensburg. I'll get you ready for your Friday and your weekend in my first alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, there are whispers going around the internet that its latest darling could be headed for the silver screen in one of entertainment's biggest franchises.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Kubota.
They say we get 300 days of sunshine a year, but we know the whole story. The winter of 2019, Mid-Columbia record for most snowfall in a single month. 2004, temperatures reached a low of -18 degrees. And 1996, one of the coldest winters in our history. At McCurley, we remember because we were here. Our expert technicians drive these roads too and know the challenges our winters can bring. That's why we're here to make sure your vehicle is ready for whatever weather comes your way, so you'll remember this winter for the people you spent it with, not the cold. McCurley, your way home.
See all our new vehicle specials, like on the new Mazda CX-90 at McCurleyMazda.com during the Season of Inspiration.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Save with Bi-Mart's latest membership-only savings book, posted now at BuyMart.com. You'll find 16 pages of holiday favorites and store-wide savings. Martinelli's sparkling cider is just $2.99. Hickory Farm sausage or cheese is just $5.99. Plus, save $50 on a Samsung 55-inch 4K Smart TV, now just $349.99. The savings continue with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.99% APR for up to 60 months on your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Monday on Apple Valley News Now, an NFC-AFC showdown at what could be a preview of Super Bowl 58 as Philadelphia battles the Chiefs in Kansas City. Monday Night Football starting at 4:30, followed by Apple Valley News Now Prime Time. Watch Monday.
Breaking news, our new holiday cup is out.
These are made in Art Moore's kitchen.
Next live, Coleman Domingo and Mikey Day.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, everyone. Variety is reporting that Marvel Studios might have a possible Reed Richards, also known as Mr. Fantastic.
The production company is reportedly eyeing Pedro Pascal to play the genius scientist turned superhero in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie. Now, Marvel Studios secured the rights to the franchise in 2019. Before that, 20th Century Fox had released 3 movies, but then Disney bought 20th Century Fox, so they got the rights. Pascal has played many memorable roles in his career.
Definitely, including the titular character in Disney's The Mandalorian. He was also recently nominated for an Emmy for his performance on HBO's The Last of Us. The new Fantastic Four movie is set to release in 2025. Big fan of Pedro Pascal right here. I watched him in The Mandalorian, loved him in The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Big fan of Marvel, so I'm very excited for this. Watched The Last of Us, watched other projects of his like Narcos.
So it's perfect.
So this is the perfect story for me.
Okay. I've been a Fantastic Four fan for many years. The 3 movies from 20th Century Fox, hot garbage. Hot garbage, especially the last one. So I'm looking forward to seeing maybe they actually do the family element, which was missing from those other films. Also, they made a Fantastic Four film in 1994 for $1 million so they could keep the rights, but they never released it.
Oh.
They didn't tell the actors until later that they weren't going to release it. They just made it for $1 million so they could keep the rights. You can see that on YouTube, and it is serious hot garbage.
The one that they made for $1 million?
Yes.
Whew.
It's a hoot.
I have high hopes. I have very high hopes this year,
Well,
for 2025.
Marvel needs some winners coming up. They have Deadpool coming next year, and they have the X-Men eventually coming. So that should eventually help Marvel get back on top. Quick look outside. We're going to help you get on top of your morning commute with fog in many of our areas. Your first alert weather forecast is coming right up.
We're a little over halfway through November, which is National Novel Writing Month. We'll check in on our progress. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
If you missed out on getting a McRib in the past, here's your chance to get one before you miss out again. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
In the heart of Tri-Cities wine country, you'll find the Goose Ridge Richland Tasting Room. Located in the center of our vineyards is an opportunity to enjoy life through wines, hard ciders, Monson Ranch spirits, light bites, and live music at Goose Ridge. More than you'd expect, more than just a winery.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's Pizza Party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue, or get a low $399 per month lease on Frontier. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
Every Friday in the tank.
15 years, never seen anything like this.
New dreams come true.
I'm trying to build a legacy for my family.
That's the beauty of Shark Tank.
I didn't know I was gonna cry right now.
I believe in you.
Shark Tank, new tonight on ABC.
They say we get 300 days of sunshine a year, but we know the whole story. The winter of 2019, Mid-Columbia record for most snowfall in a single month. 2004, temperatures reached a low of -18 degrees. And 1996, one of the coldest winters in our history. At McCurley, we remember because we were here. Our expert technicians drive these roads too and know the challenges our winters can bring. That's why we're here to make sure your vehicle is ready for whatever weather comes your way, so you'll remember this winter for the people you spent it with, not the cold. McCurley, your way home.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from Mercedes-Benz of Tri-Cities.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This newscast sponsored by Taco Time. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. Riley, I want to continue talking about the Fantastic Four. Can I do it? Oh, no, I got to get people ready for their Friday and their weekend. No, so we'll get to that. Look at all this fog we have throughout many of our areas. All right, let's get down to it. We have a dense fog advisory. That is for Walla Walla, Pendleton, Hermiston areas, and north of Connell. We also have a freezing fog advisory. That is for the Tri-Cities and much of the Mid-Columbia. The turquoise you see there. But no advisories Ellensburg, Yakima, and Toppenish. Well, there's a good reason for that. 40% visibility right now in Walla Walla. This is about the time yesterday when the fog really took over in Walla Walla. Already taking over in Pendleton, Hermiston, a mile or less visibility, a mile for the Tri-Cities, but no such fog in Ellensburg and Yakima. Tomorrow morning, we could see widespread fog again, so do expect possible fog, including Ellensburg and Yakima tomorrow. Our air quality taking a hit as well with all this stagnant air. We'll continue to see stagnant air tomorrow, but winds are on the way, I promise, and it will at least clear things up for the temporary job for this weekend. So right now, winds non-existent. They'll be non-existent for your Saturday, but a quick spike up. This is a 20 mile per hour, could even see up to 30 mile per hour winds as we get into Sunday. That is going to freshen up our air, get rid of that fog opportunities. But as we return to light winds in our next work week, I wouldn't be surprised to see more fog on the way. And that's going to hurt some travel plans for your Thanksgiving. So let's take a look at our temperatures. We are just above or at the freezing mark for most of our cities, save for Ellensburg. You're still at 26, so very chilly conditions there. And our chilly conditions for our highs are going to continue. For the next 2 days, we're 5 to 10 degrees below our average. We get a little bit of a spike with that wind on Sunday, and then we return next week to about 5 degrees or so off of our average. So we're staying chilly, folks. On our radar, we are looking free and clear right now. We'd be seeing sunshine if it wasn't for the fog. As we move along in our day, we'll see some sunshine once that fog lifts. But as we get to tomorrow evening, we have quite a bit of shower activity, heavy at times, rumbling through our areas, but it'll be very, very quick, bringing some snow into the Blue Mountain region and some snow into the Cascades. That'll move along. It could persist until very early in the Blues, and then it's going to move out as well. And for Sunday, we should be staying dry. So let's take a look at those highs today. We're in the lower 40s pretty much across the board as we're staying chilly. And again, besides Sunday, we're staying chilly for the week ahead as we're moving into the Mid-Columbia. Even 38 for Moses Lake and lower 40s for the Blues. 7-day forecast, and we're remaining very chilly. Fog could return to Yakima tomorrow morning. Overnight lows are either at or below the freezing mark. And a chilly week next week. Chance of a little bit of shower activity Wednesday and Thanksgiving. For the Tri-Cities area, besides Sunday, we're in the mid to lower 40s for the week ahead. Chance of some showers as well Wednesday, Thursday, and overnight lows below the freezing mark, save for that Saturday late night. And in Walla Walla, fog to return tomorrow, and fog should return for most of our cities tomorrow, and then very early showers Sunday, starting Saturday night. So get ready for a little bit of everything this upcoming weekend.
Well, on October 31st, we shared details about NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month.
And it's a challenge that takes place over the 30 days of November to write 50,000 words.
Yes, and I said that I was participating this year, not for the first time, and I wanted to show everyone how my progress was going.
Well, so how is it going?
It's going very, very well.
Good.
Oh, yeah, I'm thrilled about this year. So let's take a look at my mid-month check-in. So this is a screenshot from early this morning. I am 66% of the way done, nearly 33,000 words so far just written in the month of November, and I'm actually, as you can see, ahead of the average of the on track line.
Sure.
So I'm very thrilled to.
You're getting a B.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, I would hope an A for.
Of course you're getting.
Yes.
I was just with the media and such.
Oh,
also, the website is at nanowrimo.com.
It's .org.
It's .org.
It
Okay.
is .org.
Excellent.
Yes. So if you want to sign up, take a look at it. And if you're participating, or even if you're not participating in NaNoWriMo, we've been scheduling these write-ins, and so the first mid-month write-in took place last night at the Richland Public Library, and if you're interested in doing some writing, another event is taking place tomorrow at the Richland Public Library in the STEAM space from noon to 2. We're going to be doing some writing, some chatting about our projects, and participating in these writing sprints, which are timed sessions to see how many words you can put down on a page.
And kind of just give you a turbo boost and some encouragement to maybe start writing if you've always wanted to do it. This is a neat way to do so.
Exactly. So it's been a lot of fun, and once again, hope to hit that 50,000 words by November 30th.
Riley, you're an inspiration.
Oh, thank you, Jason.
All right, folks, coming up, let's see what's coming up on GMA.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the ultimate air travel debate. If someone asked you to change seats on a plane, well, should you? Tammy Nelson posting this video to TikTok, now with more than 5 million views, sharing her experience when she says a woman was already in her seat when she got to her row.
I thought, oh, well, she must have just looked at her ticket wrong. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, but I think you're sitting in my seat. And she said, oh, you want to sit here?
Tammy says the woman offered her middle seat in exchange so she and her children could sit together.
And I said, I'm sorry. I said, I really need a window. So, I don't want to switch. And she was not happy.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have both sides of the debate. And trust us, this is one story everyone has a strong opinion about. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
COPD hasn't been pretty. It's tough to breathe and tough to keep wondering if this is as good as it gets. But Trelegy has shown me that there's still beauty and breath to be had. Because with 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps my airways open and prevents future flare-ups. And with 1 dose a day, Trelegy improves lung function, so I can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Once Daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:54. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. The Benton County Sheriff announced yesterday that 20-year-old Elijah Cruz has been charged with killing Jesus Chacon Contreras. Investigators say the incident began with a known gang associate shooting into a graduation party on North Willard Avenue in Benton City early in the morning on June 10th. 5 people were injured, and that suspected shooter is also behind bars, but investigators now say someone at the party shot back, killing Chacon Contreras. Cruz is being held without bond. A Kennewick woman was in a Multnomah County, Oregon courtroom yesterday after being accused of firing a gun inside Portland International Airport late Tuesday night. 47-year-old Laura Patterson is charged with 4 counts of attempted murder, possession of a firearm in a public building, and interfering with public transportation, along with other charges. Witnesses told authorities that Patterson fired several shots into the air. Nobody was hurt. A Kennewick man has been charged in a hit-and-run crash that involved a Pasco bicyclist last month. Victoriano Aguilar Larios has pleaded not guilty to charges of vehicular assault and failing to stop at the scene of an injury accident. Authorities say Aguilar Larios was behind the wheel of his Dodge Dakota truck when he hit a cyclist outside of the Albertsons grocery store in Pasco on October 27th. Aguilar Larios is currently out of jail on $15,000 bond. There have been some questions regarding the community's reaction to a proposed plan to bring grizzly bears to the North Cascades. When we spoke with Representative Dan Newhouse, he said most people in Washington are against that plan, but according to supporters, the situation is more complicated than Newhouse makes it out to be, and they feel as if it isn't listening to them, and he has already made up his mind.
Friday morning, everyone. We're waking up to quite a bit of fog for some of our areas, not for the Yakima or Crittenden Valley areas, but we are seeing it in the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region. So we have a freezing fog advisory for the Tri-Cities. That's until 10 o'clock, includes Connell, Hanford, Prosser. We also have a dense fog advisory for the Blues, Hermiston, and north of Connell. That is until 10 a.m. as well. So visibility, 40% right now in Walla Walla. We're less than a mile visibility for Pendleton, a mile visibility for Tri-Cities and Hermiston. So give yourself some extra time. That fog will return possibly for more of our areas tomorrow morning. Air quality mostly in the moderate zone for our area. So if you're susceptible to air quality issues, do be prepared, and we should see air quality stay right around moderate to the upper good level through tomorrow, but winds are on the way as we get to Sunday. That'll help kind of freshen our air. Right now, winds are light. Again, they're going to remain light tomorrow, but those winds will be picking up as we get to Sunday. Temperatures right now, we're right around that freezing mark for most of our areas, down to 26 for Ellensburg. Our highs today are in the lower 40s across the board, so a chilly day is ahead. Should see some sunshine later on if the fog lifts. Back to you.
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Local news is back at 5.